lovely beading people! How are you today? This video is going to be a video out of a series of wire wrapping tutorials. I got a lot of questions if I can make wire wrap tutorials. So I'm just a beginner in wire wrapping myself. So the projects I will going to make are very easy and very easy to follow, I hope. But they are all beginners projects. Some might look sophisticated, but they are very easy to make. So I hope you like this project and I see you the next time. Bye! Today I'm going to show you how to make this pendant. I showed you this pendant on Facebook already. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I showed you this pendant on Facebook. If you have me on Facebook, join me there because I show everything in front of the project. So I have crystal and I wire wrapped it, and then I made some little danglings on the bottom, some curls on the top and some seed beads around it. I wasn't very pleased with this project. I also said it on Facebook that I had my doubts about it. So I made another one, and that is this one. And I like this one better because it's more, it's a little bit more neat. It looks more professional. So I have here the loop is braided, and I made a little bit more curls on the top, and I ended with just curls on the bottom. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this, and also at the end, if you like the beads and the danglings on the bottom, I'm also going to show you how you can make this. First of all, the materials we need. We're going to need a crystal. We're going to need some wire. We're going to need a large toothpick. And optional, if you want to make the pendant like this with the beads and the beads on the bottom, you will need beads for the bottom, about 4 mm, can be smaller, but not smaller than 2 mm. And I won't do them too big. If your crystal isn't very big, I wouldn't take too large beads. And some 11/0 seed beads. The wire, you can choose which goak you want. We have another measurement in the Netherlands than in other countries, so I can't really tell you how big this is. I believe this is 0.8 millimeters. I believe. I don't know for sure, but if you have wire around the house, just take wire that you can bend very easily. So I also have a project upcoming with thicker wire, and you don't need that, you can push it in. You really need soft wire. So if you can get that soft or half soft, you can use that. I just use copper wire. You can also use silver wire or gold colored wire, just what you like. But as a beginner, I like the cheapest wire so I can practice, and later I can make the more special things. So let's start. I want to show you the tools that I use. I don't have flat nose pliers, but I really recommend flat nose pliers because with the sharp edges in the side, you can easily damage your thread, and you don't want that. So if you have a flat nose plier, I suggest you use that. But if you don't have it, you can use this just to practice. You need a round nose plier with fairly as small as you can get edge on the bottom. So you don't need the very big ones. So this is just a small, especially for jewelry, round nose plier. I also got a needle nose plier. This one also has the sharp edges in the middle, but if you have a flat one, I suggest you use a flat one. This one we're going to use to hold down the stuff so that we can turn the wire, but it also has a very small point, and that can be very useful if you need to go in little places. Also, you need a cutting tool. You can use any cutting tool you need. I have a heavy duty one, but you can just use any kind you have. So nothing special, just normal tools. So first of all, we're going to cut our wire. You can eyeball this, or you can just take your ruler and measure it. So I'm going to take about 7 inches. You can do a little larger if you have a larger crystal, but as you can see, my crystal is about 3 times this length. You can better use a little too much wire than too little, because you can't put some wire on at the end. So I'm going to clip pieces of wire about 7 inch, and I'm going to clip 5 of them. Now I took 5 of these pieces, and I'm going to hold them together, and with my finger I'm going to make sure that all the points or the edges are at the same end. So I'm going to zoom in now what I'm going to do, so I can show you better what I'm going to do. So the ends are all the same length. Now we're going to take about 2.5 inch from the end, and we're going to turn 1 time. So just turn it with your fingers, and then the wire that comes out of the turn on the top, we're going to take that wire and we're going to wrap it around the bundle of threads. And just go all the way down. Like this. And then if you have a little piece left, you're going to take your pliers, your flat nose pliers, and you're just going to flatten that piece like this. Maybe I can show you a little better. As you can see, I just pushed it and now it's flat. So like this. Now we're going to take the bundle, and you're going to make sure that the side is not sticking out, so you don't want to have sharp edges. So if you have a little sharp edge, you're going to just push it in with a little pressure, not too much because it's soft wire, and then it will be as good as it gets. Now we're going to take our bundle and we're going to face it upwards, and we're going to spread out all the pieces of wire, just like this. And make them a little bit straight, like this. And as you can see, I'm going to zoom in again. As you can see, they're all coming out of the way they come naturally out of the starting point. So you don't have to, you don't want any threads crossing each other, like this. Now we're going to take the threads in our hands like this. So with our thumb up and the threads between our fingers, and we're going to take the first 2 wires, it doesn't matter which 2 wires, and we're going to hold in between those wires, and we're going to gently twist them like this. So it's just twist between the first 2 wires. It doesn't have to be neat, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to look very good. Just twist them 3 times, about 3 times, like this. And now we're going to turn him over, and with this wire we're going to do the same again with this wire. So the next wire, so we're creating a little about a little hole on this side, and we're going to eyeball this because we're going to make like a little basket, so that the hole is not too big. Doesn't matter if it shrinks in a little bit, because that's what we want. So I cross the wires, and I'm going to twist them about 3 times, like this. Now you can see we're going to start our basket like this. You can just push the threads a little bit, and then we're going to do the same with the next thread. So we're going to take the outer wire and we're going to connect it with the next wire. So like this, we're going to make a little loop, so we have a little basket forming here, and just wrap it 3 times, like this. Now we're going to bend it up, so that if you hold your bottom threads, you're going to make a little basket out of this thread and the loops we just made. And we're going to take our crystal, and we're going to put the bottom of the crystal, so not the top but the bottom of the crystal, in our basket. And we're going to see which way it fits best. So in my as you can see, in my on my crystal it fits the best like this. Just going to fit it, and we're going to try to place the point of the crystal in the middle of the basket. And now push your basket, so the threads you connected, against your crystal, like this. Just push them against them. It doesn't have to be neat again, because we're going to work on that later. So now I'm going to see which one I have to connect first to seal the basket. So I'm thinking I'm just going to take the next in line. So I'm going to take these 2, and I'm just going to give them that same twist. So just twist it 3 times, like this. And again I'm going to hold that and flip out my wires again. And now you have to see which one you're going to connect. I'm just going to connect these wires. It all depends on your crystal, what fits best for your crystal. And I'm going to twist these wires also about 3 times, like this. I'm going to do this 4 times because it's more neat this way. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our pliers, and we're going to gently bend the wires so that this hole is filled up a little bit. If you can't and your thread is already neat around your crystal, you don't have to, because it won't fall out. But I like to adjust it a little bit more, like this, so that it's more around my crystal. As you can see now, I filled up the whole bottom of my crystal. Now we're going to continue doing this all the way up. So you have to eyeball it from here, but I'm going to show you what I do. So I see that here is a gap. So I'm going to take the 2 wires that are next to each other, and it really doesn't matter which one you connect first. I'm going to take these wires and I'm going to twist them about 3 times. And then I'm going to lay it flat against the crystal. Then I'm going to turn it, and again with the next 2 threads that are next to each other, I'm going to wrap 3 times. This is not a work about perfection. You can make it as perfect as you wish, but this is the most beautiful if you do it a little bit. Not that you do it a little bit sloppy, but if it's a little bit irregular. So again, with the 2 wires that are next to each other, just take them and twist them about 3 times and push them up against the crystal. And again, going round, taking the next two wires and twisting it through 3 times, like this. And again, I'm going to do this until I am all the way up. And this really isn't, as I said, a work of perfection, but what I like the most is that you wrap the threads the same direction. You don't have to, because it also looks good if you don't do that, but I like it. I prefer to do it the same way. I always say, if the thread wants to go this way, you're going to go this way, and if it wants to go that way, you're going to go that way. Because if you go with wire the wrong way, or the way it doesn't want, you can get an ugly design, because it's going to look a little bit crooked. So almost up, this. Let's see. Now you can see I'm at the top of the crystal. I have one small piece sticking out of here, and the rest are equally long. So it depends, all depends on how you end on the top of your crystal. It really doesn't matter, as long as you're going to connect the wires in that way that you have 2 pieces. So I have these 2 pieces I'm going to connect, and these 2 pieces I'm going to connect. It doesn't matter if they are right or left or something, but try to make them as good as in the middle. So like this, place it down. I'm going to turn it around, and 1, 2, 3. Also going to place this one down, and now I'm going to connect these threads that are meeting each other together, just by giving it a twist. So one good twist, like this. Now what I'm going to do with the last piece, I'm going to take that and I'm going to lay this flat against the wire, and I'm just going to wait a minute, lay that flat. I'm going to wrap this around the piece we just twisted, to give it a little bit more strength, like this. And as we did on the bottom, we're just going to grab our pliers and give it a little tug, so that it's a little push, so that it's sturdy. Now I'm going to need 3 wires. So this is on my crystal, and I'm going to bend that one down, and the others I'm going to lay flat like this. And now I'm going to braid, just a simple braid like you braid your hair. So I'm just going to I don't know, there's not much to explain about a braid, but I'm just going to do the standard braid, but then with wires, so like this. And every time you're going to go over the other one, you're going to push it down, so like this, and then push it down. In that way the braid stays strong. Like this, push it down. Again, push it down. Until we have about a size that you can make a loop. And it doesn't really matter how big the loop will be, as long as you can hang a necklace on it. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to take my round nose pliers and I'm going to bend the wire around it, and then to the middle, so that I make a loop like this. And then we're going to take our threads that came out of the braid, and we're going to wrap that around. I'm going to give this one a little push. Wrap that around and leave a little piece of thread, or sorry, of wire hanging out, and go in the way that the wire wants to go. It doesn't matter because we won't see this in the end, so you don't have to be scared that it doesn't look good, because you won't see this. So like this, and then of course we have our end piece, and just bring that somewhere that you like it. So like this. Now you have to decide what is your front and what is your back. So if I want to make this out my front, I'm going to bring these wires facing me, and if I do it the other way around, I should do this with the other way. But I like this side the most, so I'm going to use this side. Now we're going to take our stick. Actually this is for the longer wires, but I'm going to show you how you can use for longer wires if you like big curls like these are a little bit bigger. You can place your stick against the beginning of the wire, and then you're going to just twist the wire around it like this. And this is a little bit too small, but I'm going to try to show you. You can use your pliers if you like it, like this, and pull, and then twist them around like this, and place them together with your plier, and then pull your stick out. And now you can see you have a loop. Well, if your loop has, like me, like mine, has a little bit sticking out, you're going to take your pliers and you're going to twist this inside your loop so that nobody can hurt themselves on this. And you're going to use, you can use every plier for this, just like this, so that you have a little loop inside, but no one can hurt themselves on this. If you don't like to use stick, or like mine, my threads are a little bit short this time, you're just going to wrap them with your plier. So just grab your wire and just twist, and that's all there is to it. Just twist it like this, and then place them against your loop. And every crystal will be different because they are not all the same size, and your wire wrapping may be different each time, so each piece will be unique. And that's what I like about wire wrapping. So like this. And then you have your bottom pieces. Now you can do two things with these. I suggest you just loop them up like we did before, but for this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can connect the dangles on them. So I'm going to make a loop of these small pieces, so I'm going to clip some off. So you're going to clip it like you would make a normal loop on a head pin, like this. This will be enough. And I'm just going to make a round loop. They can overlap a little bit. It's you don't need to worry about that, because just we're going to connect the dangles on them. So I'm going to clip them all a little shorter, like this, and I'm just going to twist them upwards. like this. And I like to do them one at each point, but you can also do them all at once. It doesn't really matter. What you like is what is the best. Like this. As you can see, they're all facing their own way. And the great thing, what I like the most about wire, is that you can just make them a little adjustment if you don't like your piece. So now we're going to make the connections. You're going to need a little piece of your wire again. Just clip off about, I have to measure that, about 3 inches. Like this. Now you're going to need a bead. And first of all, we're going to make a loop. We're going to start by putting your round nose pliers on the end of the thread about 1 inch from the inside, and we're going to fold it around so that you have this little loop. We're going to place our round nose plier in that again, and then we're going to push the wire so that you have a loop. And then we're going to twist the short wire around our other wire. And you do this about a few millimeters, a half a centimeter, like this. It's not very big. And you can choose to just leave it like this, or you can the wire, you can round it up again. I'm going to clip this off, and again with my pliers I'm going to flatten my end like this. Then I'm going to take my bead and place it on the wire. And now you can choose how you do this, but what I always like to do, I'm just going to grab my bead and hold this and then clip it off about 1 centimeter before the end. And with the smallest piece of my round nose plier, I'm going to make a very little loop like this. And I'm just going to leave it like this, so you have a little small loop on the bottom of this. Now we're going to attach this one, so I'm going to just gently pull down my loop and stretch it out so that I can hook it on. I'm going to hook on my loop, or my my small bail. And I'm going to press down my loop again. Because this is such a soft wire, you can just bend it back and forward, not too far, because you can also break it. So now you can see I have a little loop on it. And now I'm going to make 4 of these, and I'm going to attach them in the way I just did. Now I've made the 4 loops at the end, so it can dangle now. And now I'm going to show you how you can attach the seed beads. So you're going to take another piece of wire, about let's say, I'm going to measure it for you, 6 inches, about 6 inches. And we're going to wrap this around the top, so this part. And I'm just going to take the wire, and I'm going to place my thumb on it and just wrap it around the top 1 time, like this. And that it will stay like this. And the end that is sticking out, we're just going to take our pliers and we're just going to make a loop and place it under our bail. Now we're going to take the wire and we're going to take some seed beads. Just a few, not too much. And we're going to thread on about 3 seed beads. Like this. And then I'm going to take my pliers, my round nose pliers, and I'm just going to make a loop like we did before, just like this. Like this. And again we're going to thread on about 3 or 4 seed beads, just what you like. It also depends on how much seed beads you want to use. Maybe you like a little bit of color, or maybe you like a lot of color. So I'm going to do 4. And now I'm going to bend the previous loop we made flat. And in that way also it rounds around our crystal. Like this. And again I'm going to make a loop. So I'm going to take our thread and just loop it around the other side. And then I'm attaching my round nose pliers again. And again pull it around my round nose pliers. Like this. And then I'm going to place it where I want it, because this is the front of my piece. So like this. And then I'm going to bend the loop I just made. Like this. And again attach a few seed beads. I'm going to do 2 this time. You can do as many as you want. So like this. And then I'm going to see where I want it. And I want to go a little bit to the side, because I want to end on the back. And again I'm going to make a loop. So like this. And bend it down. Bend it flat. And turn it around. And when you work on the back side, you're just going to hold the piece you just did. And you're going to attach a few seed beads again. Like this. And now you're going to make a loop again. Oh. Like this. Again, bend my work in place. Like this. And then when you're at the point that you want to go to the bottom, almost at the point, or maybe I'll go a little bit further. So about 2 seed beads again, maybe 3, and make my loop. Like this. Now you can see I wound it around my crystal like this, and now I'm going to end. So I'm going to wrap it with my pliers around the bottom, the beginning of our crystal. So just like this. And then tuck it in with your pliers. So make sure that you bend the end in the middle underneath your crystal, so that you don't see the end anymore and that you can't hurt yourself on the end. Like this. Just to the point that you can't go any further. And there you have your pendant. So this is a very easy pendant to make, a very beginner's pendant. I hope you succeed making this pendant. Please let me know if you like this. It is a very easy pendant, so I hope that all the beginners also found it very easy to make this. And I see you in the next video. Bye!